Hello everyone, Coyote here. Welcome to my channel. Tonight is Monday, January 30th. We're just about right at the end of this month. We have one more day left. I have to look at my calendar to even see that. Let's see. And I had something I wanted to read there, but let's take a look. Calendar. Are we at the end? We have one more. January. We have one more day, right? Before we go into February. Okay, so thank you for my channel. Tonight, this Wisdom Tea and Oracle Insights. We're going to do a little bit of a card pull on this now time and being in this now time with the idea of all the world is a stage and what the cards bring to us with the comparison. That's not the word, maybe that's the best to use, but that's the word I'm thinking of now. In this now time of Monday, the 30th, with all things that are going on, things you may hear, things you may know on alternative channels or mainstream media or regular newspapers, how we are and can be our brightest in this now time. And I'm sort of trying to make an analogy between William Shakespeare and his play As You Like It, which was a comedy. And there's a very famous monologue, which Jacques, I'm not sure of his role. I should know. I was a trained actor, and I think I auditioned for that play a couple of times. But what I want to say about it is all the world is a stage. I'm going to read the monologue, and I'm going to pick cards that will help us understand exactly why we're seeing and it would behoove us to recall, remember, embrace that all the world is a stage and we are but players playing our roles, playing a part. And then I'm going to make a connection back. And then we're going to go into the cards and see how they support us. So let me just see. Okay. So I said, show me the monologue that says all the world is a stage. Okay. So if you'll bear with me. Oh, before we begin the monologue, I wanted to show you my tea. It's in this lovely designer cup. I can get this for you without the glare. There's a series that this artist has done for this company. I've still got the glare. And there's like different animals. And this is the otter. There's that glare. I'm going to see if I can get rid of it. Maybe it was just from the cup. Okay, let's try that. See if we get any. A little bit better. Okay. A little bit better. Okay. The otter. Okay. But in this is still my tea ball of chamomile flower. And I've got honey, lemon, and I decided to throw in a little bit of ginger tonight. So that's what it looks like. I'm going to take a sip. I only have 2 of these cups. They're different animals. I believe I got different animals. I'll have to go look. But I'd like to have the series. I think it's kind of really cute and cozy. Okay. And kudos to Emily if she watches this, because I think she's sweet. Okay. And she's in the UK, and she also does, she's under Luna Tarot under TikTok. Okay, so let's have at it. So if we're going through this now time, being our brightest in this now time, might we keep in mind this wisdom coming through comedy from William Shakespeare? It's kind of long, so bear with me, and I have not read this in a long time. Here we go. All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and their entrances. And one man in his time plays many parts. His acts begin 7 ages. At first the infant, mewling and puking in the nurse's arms, and then the whining schoolboy with his satchel and shining morning face, creeping like a snail, unwillingly to school. And then the lover, sighing like furnace, with a woeful ballad made to his mistress's eyebrow. Then a soldier, full of strange oaths, and bearded like the pard, jealous in honor, sudden and quick in quarrel, seeking the bubble reputation, even in the cannon's mouth. And then the justice in fair round belly, with good capon lined, with eyes severe and beard of formal cut, full of wise saws and modern instances. And so he plays his part. The sixth age shifts into the lean and slippered pantaloon, with spectacles on nose and pouch on side, his youthful hose well saved, a world too wide for his shrunk shank, and his big manly voice, turning again toward childish trouble, pipes and whistles in his sound. Last scene of all, the ends the strange that ends this strange eventful history, is second childishness and mere oblivion, sans teeth, sans eyes, sans taste, sans everything. Now, there's a lot here that could also be, and maybe one time I'll even take it apart for you because I would have to revisit it myself. But it's talking about in man and woman, in this body, in this form, we will go through stages of our life. And in each stage, we may choose a type of role, a type of a character that we get to be known by. And this is but a generalization of how we could see a man, how he's young and full of energy and really doesn't want to spend time with school. And then how he becomes full of life and love. And after the eyes of his desire, and he's brave and he's bold and he'll go into war and he's all for sound and fury and the fight and being a warrior and being valiant. And then as he matures, he may take on a grace, a form of beard, of a stance that's seasoned with time, and he's quick to quarrel because he's defending honor and he has an opinion and he's steadfast, true, and focused. And then as he starts to get a little bit older, but not quite too old, but what's considered older, and after his time of work, let's say, is coming to an end or at the end, he's going to be retired. He's going to be in his slippers. He's going to have glasses on his nose. He's going to have some money on his side, any money that he saved, and he's recalling his youth, but it's not really there anymore. That's shrunken away, even though he now has a manly voice to explain all the things he's been through. And then as he gets a little bit older, his voice changes. He may have whistles, or his sound of his speaking is different. Might come with little whistles. You know how if you've had a grandfather or somebody in your family, their voice shifts, which is a sign of now he's reached a different age in life. And then really in this ending, he reverts back to being a child, and the teeth go, the eyes go, taste is not there, everything is now settling back to as if he were that infant, that child who would be, throwing up and be crawling and crying and needing his nurse, his mother, his caretaker for his needs, where before, as he grew, he was big and bold and bright and taking on the world. So here goes this, and it's one I've talked about at different times. What we see on our televisions, for by and large, is an enactment. And for some of you that have not embraced this, our television is bought and controlled. And it has been bought and controlled for many years by mostly players who had an agenda to harm and are harming and have harmed humans on this planet and many beings, animal kingdom, the plant kingdom. And what's going on and what has gone on, especially very strongly in and pretty much been accessible to find, or at least if you were willing enough, you would overhear and know and go look, has been the battle of what would be called light and dark, or good and evil. And in this, there has been warfare, spiritual warfare, invisible warfare. There's been actual killing as well, all in subterranean, in space, and on the planet in different ways that could be connected and very obvious as to play out a last resolve, a last solution, a last victory. And what we're starting to see now, even though it doesn't come out as seemingly victory, is the acquiescence of the roles of those who've been evil or controlled or bought or decided to give their souls to Satan, the devil, the dark side. And I have another slant on that as well. But we're seeing, if you listen, if you're willing to listen to the storylines of television, you'll start to see an extremely colorful, profound, connected way that the languaging of the press is revealing to you the truths and the truths. Truths, I say, because there's all these topics which really all lead to humanity and the brightness of the planet and the evolution of our expansion and our direct divine empowerment, claiming our sovereignty, divinity, and truly harnessing energy and creating a world like none other and in our own lives. So what's happening is the TV is bringing up many, often horrific, devastating scenarios that they say are true in the moment. That this is what's going on with this husband-wife. This is what's going on with police force and chosen victims. This is what's going on with a country and fighting. This is what's going on with X, Y, and Z, whatever, schools, children, whatever. And what it comes down to is this, and I've done a little bit with my intuition on this, but very solidly, so much is a play, a movie. It's not real. People have been chosen, spoken to, and set up to be the evil reporters reading their ticker tape notices. So that would be part of their contract to come clean, though some of them are in the process of being eliminated. Some were set up to be mean, so they could, I don't like the word repent, but so they could have a second chance. And there were some that didn't even know what they were doing, totally controlled, blindsided. There are so many events where people are hired to play out and be the character in these roles that are shown on television, so that you can start to see how whatever side you were on a year ago, 2 years ago, 4 years ago, 10 months ago, you can start to see how evil or shadow has been connected through any color, light white, beige, brown, yellow, orange, black, dark chocolate, whatever the skin of a human may be. And it's meant to really showcase how not everyone has been correct or partially correct. And it's also there to help you think, to look back, to get a second chance of what did I say? What do I really believe? What's connected to who? Gee, I was wrong about that. No, I was right about that. No, how come that's like that? It's meant to get you to think. Now, if you're smart enough, you're doing your best and striving not to get emotionally connected to the news and believe the news and talk to each other and gossip. And here's why. The gossip of speaking about what is because you saw more news than someone else, because you've had experiences, definitely, and you can relate to what is, what they're showing you. And so you just gossip about these people, most of you, who don't, never met that man murderer, never met that mother killer, never met those police officers, never met those kids, those places, whatever. Haven't even been on that street, never been to that state. It would be in your highest and best density and destiny. Stop it. Observe. You may have an opinion. Observe, but mostly observe yourself, what you're thinking, what you're saying, and look back and connect the dots. And if you do that, I can promise you that with every single story, you could go back and you could find a TV show, a situation comedy, an hour-long drama, a cop show drama, sci-fi, fantasy that will absolutely mirror exactly what you are seeing. The players may look a little different, but the scenario is extremely similar. About this side killing that side, about wars, setups, middle people, right? Lights, camera, action. That's what's going on. And it's meant to make you wise. First of all, by looking at your own shadow and clearing everything out, by catching yourself, because your word is your wand and will create the manifestation of the life and the stuff around you. We're going to come into that. That'll be the table talk conversations. And it's just very interesting if you could take that stance, even for a little bit, even for 2 weeks, even for 2 hours, even if you could be open just to hearing what I have to say, because it will empower you. It will free you. It will give you this other part that you may have not considered at all. And it will bring knowledge to you. It will bring freedom to you. It will bring insight to you. Now, some of you that don't bring knowledge to you, it will bring freedom to you. It will bring insight to you. Now, some of you that don't watch me, don't care for, don't like me because I've sworn in the past or called people motherfucking dumb assholes with their heads up their ass, like in their shit. I understand. That's too much powerful language in your face. I get it. I get it. I know I'm changing too. It's very interesting. I don't really always feel like swearing in it as much anymore. And the TV overall doesn't bother me so much anymore. But the frequency of it, in a sense, does. And yes, a little bit less. But it's either very hilarious, extremely stupid, and just that I, as someone who's studied acting, has had scripts, has had an interest in writing and fantasy and making up things. This is all connected to itself. And if they've done it in a TV show, in a movie, they've thought of it, they've done it before. They've done it to people, animals, children, beings, your neighbor, themselves. It's been done. Whatever, slicing people over, sucking their blood and eating them, chopping off their heads, sending them in a grinder, stealing, killing, any horrific thing you would prefer not to see, hear, imagine, wake up in a sweat. This has been done. And we would laugh or we would control ourselves with this movie so I can calm myself. But wow, the acting was really good. All the world is a stage, and all the men and women merely players. We are divine entities in a human form. And we've come forward to play parts at this time, this historic time in the age of Aquarius. The planets are aligned. Please, I have always encouraged, listen to the 1970s song, The Age of Aquarius with the Fifth Dimension. First, it's kind of groovy, and you're going to hear the empowerment and the majesty and the powers that are ours and are yours to use. And that's just that. We will lie to. Your history is a complete mix up. Everything is a little bit inside out, and we are absolutely walking into this valley, this world, this beautiful vacation land called planet Earth, where we are powered by the stars and with the spark of creation. And we are just on this cusp and into now creating lives like no other. And I myself too, and I've been challenged financially, I've been challenged emotionally, and yes, it is what it is. I have my part to play, and the best part, and what I can help you to understand, your attitude is your altitude. And if you can catch yourself in your gossip, catch yourself in your old story, catch yourself in your own stupidity, catch yourself in your own limitation, and say, wait, okay, that was that, and I prefer this. That was that. I know but really I prefer this great other feeling. And soothing yourself, talk about that great other feeling. So let's go see what the cards have to say about, staying bright in this moment now, and that all the world is a stage, and understanding that in your role is not merely about you have this much money, you have this kind of car, you have this kind of body, you have this kind of health, you got your kids, you have this particular job. Your role is to be as centered as you can throughout your day, and to live from a place where there isn't judgment on either side, but a focus to what you intend in the ease and growth and aliveness of your life, where you want to be, where you want to live, the people that you want in it. And just to be, to appreciate the sky, to look at the clouds, to see the grass or trees or snow or not, the oceans, mountains, your child, your pets, your own body, and appreciate how magical your own temple is. Whether we are super fat or super skinny, we've got big bosoms or not, or wrinkles or not, or big muscles or not, or whatever, your body is so miraculous that it would be best to focus on, wow, all these gazillion, trillion, zillion cells coming together so that I walk and I breathe. I put language together. I hear, I don't hear. I smell, I don't smell. I see, I don't see. I pull, I push. I walk, I stand, I sit, I don't. Whatever, you are here. And as long as you are still here, and you still have a body, and there's any kind of thinking going on, you have power to shift your reality. And you have power to live into choice of how you want to be and be seen. And do not take cues from those who see you less. Take only that, that's just fine-tuning me to be as I wish to be, and not what others wish me to be and be seen as. Stay sovereign, stay bright, stay alive, stay full, stay vibrant. Whatever capacity that is in, that is your divine power and right. I got a cat that wants to walk over here and walk on all my stuff. So we're going to try and diffuse that part. Look at her. She's going to come across. Look at you. Come here. Come on. Come over here. This is where you're going to stay. Don't be walking on my stuff. She's kissing me. Yeah, her and her sister. Her sister has made a couple of things fall, and I didn't like it, and I let her know. And this one's like my little puppy. But they're both very sweet. This one the epitome of sweetness. The other one's a little more of a brat than she is. Okay. So I'm just going to ask for a few cards on, being our brightest in this moment and helping us understand how we are alike in a play and seeing how we see our parts in the play and how to really utilize that for our strength and, really understanding this so that no matter what we see or hear or what we're going through, we can go, this is part of a play. Oh, the play is not completely written yet when you're done. And that's the end of the whole play that you had that part. That's the end of the play. So you get to rewrite endings for each of the scenes or the chapters of your book, right? Okay. So let's pick a few cards. All right. You have to be good, kitty. I'm going to put you out. So let's see what we can get. I've got 2 decks. They're both the Cheryl Youngbrook Rose, because I really like her. So, no, one's not. Cheryl Youngbrook Rose, the Arthur the Starstream Oracle, and then I'm going to pick a card to complement the very end of Colette Baron Reed. That's a good tarot, is it? Whoops. Yep. This is the good tarot. I'm just trying to get it to show you. All right. One moment. Okay. So, give us a couple of cards that will help us about our role here as players in this particular show that we're going through, all the things that we're seeing, and how we can be in our brightness in this moment. The world is a stage, and all the men and the women play parts. So how can we embrace our parts? Like this goodness and cheer, how can we see these in a way that gives us advantage and gives us insight, gives us a knowingness of support? Okay, give me a few cards, 1 or 3 that might help explain the knowingness of support, that all the world is a stage, and how we are players and how we can see ourselves during this time to help us understand our roles better. Okay, 1 is upside down. We know that we read that as a temporary hiccup. And then whatever, I have not turned over the cards yet. There were 3 that came, and I'm just going to ask another card for support, that whatever's there. So this will come for the good tarot. So let me just make sure that I've got those in the order. The kitty is looking at these. Okay, so I've got these in the order. Okay, so yes, a compliment to whatever cards that are coming out now. The compliment end. Sort of caps how we're seeing ourselves with empowerment as a player. Oh gosh, where we can know we can understand, we can fully appreciate. One more. My hands are little and this card gets me so big. So give us a card that helps support whatever these cards. I haven't seen the 3 cards at all yet. Cards are about help us put this top capper on the support that all the world is a stage and men and women are but players, and how we absolutely navigate through this, understanding this, that we have control over writing the endings and more power than has been previously taught. There might be 2. All right, so that's the order of that. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Okay, so let's see what's come up. Oh, wow. 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 You're going to like these. Okay. My first two cards end up as a number 4. So if I can remember, I want to look up 44, this number, and what the angels are saying to us. The last number is a number 7, and that's also prepare for your spiritual awakening. So 4 and 4 is 8, and 7, that would be 15, right? So, right, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, that's 15. So 1 and 5 is 6, which is let go of negative energy, which has to do, right, with what I just told you about how to view the play, how to view what's going on around us, the support about being in this now moment and seeing the stage, and that we all play roles, and the last bit of the show of your life is not written yet. Each piece, each day, you could call a chapter, you could call piece of the story. Maybe the month is a chapter, let's say, of the book or your play, and that each day or each week is but that end of that curtain, and that it goes on, and so you have that support and control from the universe to shift. Okay, so, and this is so cool. All right, so the number 4 is about leap of faith, and this is shapeshift, transform, experience a new reality. This is what we're in. You see, the system's falling apart everywhere and everything on every topic, and even in yourself, more likely with disruptions in home or work or vocabulary or challenges. This is about experiencing a new reality. You have that power. We were not taught this, but you do have this. It's not safe for someone who merely seems psychic or merely spent years trying to be a medium, or maybe they were born gifted in some way with the music or mathematics or engineering or something that seems to be innately powerful for them. We all have this, and it's just a matter of decision. There's a saying called Jack of all trades, master of none. But there's a second part to that, which is something like Jack of all trades, master of none, but it's better to know many than just master one, something like that. So if you can take this on, all of you people who, and someone like me, have had different jobs, you're just not going to acquiesce to the stupidity and you know of what you're being told, or maybe there's just ego going on, or maybe it's your own ego, but it could be others' ego of force and do this for your job, for a paycheck, and you've just had enough. So you're saying, no, I'm willing to help people and do things. I'm willing to do this task. I'm willing to do this assignment, but not under oppression. So you could be someone very gifted, a jack of all trades, master of none, because it behooves you to not be the master of one. Yeah, so that's really cool. So this story is about this the Selkies, the sea otters or the seals that come to land and choose to have a human experience, and they can get back into their skins as long as the pelts have not been taken, discarded, ruined. And so they have two lives, one in the sea with their actual tribe, their herd, and then the ones that they've created on land with their family. A lot of blue, a lot of expression, a lot of higher ethereal colors. You could think of heaven, you could think of higher realms, higher density, higher destiny. It's a beautiful card. And number 4, leap of faith. Trust yourself. Regard your body as a temple. Honor where you are. Honor you. Now, the portal is open. Absolutely is. A while back ago, we really walked into the age of Aquarius. We were in the sort of the land of Aquarius, and we were coming to a portal. And then we came to the portal, and I forget what days it was, but I was seeing this image of like a light green crystal and Stargate. I call it a portal. You go through the Stargate. It was a beautiful light, kind of like a light jade, lighter than this color. And we stepped out on it. It was like where is it? So I have this green quartz crystal. And it was like that, but maybe it's a little bit greener. And but that like sage color. And we stepped out on it, but we weren't ready to go down. And then I had another vision where we were ready to go down the step. And we were in the beginning out of entering. Then a lot of other stuff happened. Now recently, now I don't know astrology. Astrologists were saying how just recently there are several planets that have never been aligned in Aquarius, for a really, really long time, and they're aligned. And that song, The Age of Aquarius, sung by the Fifth Dimension, I like that version. You can see it on YouTube. When the moon is in the seventh house and Jupiter aligns with Mars, then peace will guide the planets and love will steer the stars. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius, and we are in the age of Aquarius, absolutely 100%, million percent. So this is the portal is now open, and this means whether you like it or not, religious or not, we're all spiritual anyway, atheist or not, we all come from infinite mind. So whether you're Christian or Muslim or Buddhist or whatever you want to be, you be if that feels right. But for me, world religion was meant to divide. World religion was meant to argue over. World religions also have killed people in the name of their God, which they say is the righteous whatever. So to me, that's dumbass and dysfunctional. And quite frankly, one has to check that out, because even not too long ago, 400, 600 years ago, they were burning people at the stake. And then, a few years later, Christianity was making them saints. Like, oops, we goofed. Gee, they probably could have been right, or they had a point of view that really, wasn't so bad. But hey, we'll make them a saint, so it's all right now. No, you mother, no. I want to say another word, but I'm not gonna say about the F word. No, not that strong. But anyway, the portal is open. So this means that if you're willing and you're sincere, and you can find yourself unafraid and fearless, psychic ability, intuition, writer, space cousins, you will see ships. You'll have a knowing, that hunch. The hunch is you in your own energetic system sensing something. Sometimes, intuition and psychic ability can't necessarily be proved. Yes, sometimes hindsight it is, and sometimes in the moment it is. But it's so strong, you have to pay attention to it. And that's what you are. You are psychic and you are intuitive. Now, if you don't want to be psychic, intuitive, you don't, and you won't have to be, and don't worry about it, you won't be. You'll be plugged. You'll be plugged up. It'll be as if you had a constipation. You'll be plugged up. You won't be able to, and you'll acquiesce to others all the time. And then later you might say, "Oh, I should have known. Oh, there was a coincidence." No, there's no such thing as coincidence. And oh, you did know. You got that subtle hint. That's your intuition working perfectly. This is so good. Okay. Now, this hole in the side of Mount Shasta. See if I can get this for you better. Okay. This is a being that was one of the descendants of an escapee, if you will, of the Lantinian Lemurian demise on this planet. And many people went underground to escape the chaos that was happening. So let's just do a little supposed. There's a world at war. The subterranean beings of water, subterranean beings of land and or sky, and an overpowering presence of some off-worlders intermingled with and infiltrated into good beings. And now this particular war that combines subterranean terror on land and sky, and the sky people, well, some of you will call them fallen angels, but the sky people basically were too strong for who was left. And so some of our very good ancestors would have, to survive, acquiesced to becoming more dark or evil, hoping, feeling, knowing that somewhere in that lineage there would still be a few who remembered, who would keep the flame of humanity, decency, virtue, freedom, nobility, rightness. I don't mean righteousness because, I'm the God of the world, of God of my right God. I mean the rightness of a harmonic balance for all beings and creatures throughout the galaxy, and goodness and cheer, and in the way of the heart, in a way that forwards expansion for all beings everywhere in the universe. And that creation of the infinite mind is valued, honored, revered, and um, passed on. This remembering. So the portal is open, number 22, which becomes number 4, which is again this leap of faith, trusting yourself, being in the foundation of yourself, being brave with yourself. And like my chart says up here, I must not fear. Fear is the mind killer. Fear is the little death that brings total obliteration. I will face my fear. I will commit it to pass over me and through me. And when it has gone by, I will turn to the inner mind. I will turn to the inner eye to see its path. And where the fear has gone, there will be nothing, only I will remain. Great poem from the author of Dune. Oh, and plus you have this, so the white snow of Mount Shasta, and the woman, iconic leader and descendant in white, the hopefulness, the virtue of blue of the sky, of intention, of clarity, and the white for purity, for source energy, to stay hold to that which you know in your soul, to honor your soul. Now, what's a little upside down is you are immortal, make your decisions carefully. Okay, so when a card is upside down, and I've talked to this author via email, she doesn't read her cards upside down. She doesn't forward that, like don't read it as a negative or backwards. She doesn't do this. But when this has come up for me, I always look at it like we've had, as a collective, this is what this reading is too, it's a collective of, it's been a little tough for us to embrace that we are immortal and to make our decisions for us carefully. We've trusted spouses, teachers, people who have titles, government, city workers, doctors, nurses, people outside ourselves, people who think we're smarter than us, people with more money than us, people who have better bodies maybe than us, or cuteness or whatever. But no, don't do that. So what you have basically is this king who periodically went to this mountain cave and into passages that entered him into other worlds, where he'd go and meditate, receive information. He'd actually, perhaps, I remember the story, it was like went off world, he just went into different dimensions, and he gained wisdom. He did it for spirituality. He did it to be a better leader. He did it because he wanted more and more insight. He did it because he believed he could, and he wanted to assist, and he wanted to understand. And he was very valiant and noble. I know here that looks like a kind of a wheel of time. I forget what the little urn means. There's something to the story, but the urn, and then there's like this portal where there's a goddess, there's an entity here that he meets up with. This is a Merkaba, the male Merkaba, a triangle that points up to heaven. The female Merkaba points down. The male Merkaba, this, you would put this over our bodies. It surrounds our bodies. The male Merkaba will, I believe, spin left to right, while the female spins right to left. Very powerful. You can use that as a protection to your body. For example, I lately have been using a grid that is the flower of life. You can look that up. And I just see the flower of life coming over me, and I ask it to be coming in at many diagonals, and from north, south, east and west, and just coming up from the ground. But I'm surrounded by this flower of life, and I activate my Merkabas. And then I also ask the it's basically diamond white light, plasma light or the liquid plasma light to swirl through it in extra protection and cleansing, and the purity and the dynamic force that it is for love and freedom, and to keep me safe, protected, in virtue. So you are immortal. Make your decisions carefully. 5 and 2 is 7. So this is all about prepare for your spiritual awakening. So while it was upside down, temporary hiccup, this is a time, the age of Aquarius, prepare for your spiritual awakening. So it means that some of you were not open to it. Some of you have resistance. Some of you not sure. Even some of us said, no, we need to know more and get with the program of our spiritual awakening and just be open to that organic flow of trust. And that can be challenging sometimes, absolutely, because we slip, because the program of being on a wheel of karma. So sorry, friends, karma just means action. It doesn't mean that what you did, you're going to pay for, you have to come back. That was a program. So yes, so your soul allowed you to come back, but you don't have to do that anymore. You don't have to pay for shit. You don't have to pay for nothing. You learn it now, you get it now, and you can decide to move on. It's okay. You do not have to come back. You don't have to struggle. In fact, my whole thing is about struggle is of the past. I thrive. I'm alive. I surrender to the mighty good. I strive. I'm alive. Or I'm alive. I strive. I surrender to the mighty good, the organic flow. I'm a winner doing the winning. This is a good thing. Okay. So this is how we need to take a look at what's happening, that all the world is a stage and all men and women play their parts. All you boys and girls, you play your part, and that you can transform your reality. You can listen and observe, but you can choose the path of deciding how things are shaped around you. Let your thoughts, your words, your attitude rise in altitude by soothing yourself, by saying positive things. And when you can't, little bits are things are getting better and better. Maybe I can't see it, I can't do it, but I know that everything is always working out for me. I'm just going to trust that everything is always work for me. This too will pass. I know I come from love, so love will take care of me. While I can't see the solution, I'll trust the universe has my back. I trust that my angels are watching over me. Something good will come out of this. It'll be miraculous. It'll be fine and fun and good. And thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. Isn't it wonderful? Isn't it wonderful? Wow, how did that happen? It was just so wonderful. It was like magic. You've got to talk to yourself in a positive way so your cells hear this too. And thank your cells. Thank your body. Thank your feet. Thank your hands. Think parts of your body that work, that when you go to the bathroom, you go to the bathroom. When you shut your eyes, you're protected while you sleep. When you drive your car, you're protected. When you're eating, that everything gets digested in a way that gives you energy and aliveness and goodness, and you're thriving. The portal is open. So our destiny is, we have choice in it, and we will meet and know and remember where we've come from. We're going to, if you choose to, have visitations, have full disclosure, see our space family, your elemental family, be partnered even brighter and stronger with your intuition, your clairvoyance, and that what you want to create is, the portal is open. This is the magical time on the planet, and that all the junk is coming to the surface, and that's what the TV is showing you, junk to the surface, because it's teaching you about what has happened and showing you the programs that were dysfunctional, evil, shadow, really holding us all back as a collective planet. Is showing you so it can come to the top. You can feel your feelings, but feel in your feelings so that you understand how much your feelings are emotion, energy, emotion creates the manifestation, and you get to choose. So you're just watching the show, and the best you can, see some humor, take it with grace, create the life you want, embrace that you are in your spiritual awakening, embrace your spiritual awakening, and that you are immortal. You have the wisdom to go within the body, within the portals, to meet up with other divine entities for wisdom, for clairvoyance, and to help you in the next steps, and how you might lead, how you might contribute to the tribe. You You are powerful, powered by the stars. You are from the spark of creation. You are the spark of creation. So, and again, all these numbers, they will end up adding up to number, what did I say, number 6? So that was 15, 8 and 7. That's 15, and 1 and 5 is 6. So that is let go of negative energy and prepare for your spiritual awakening. Be your spiritual awakening. Little by little, day by day, have the practice. I want to look up number 44 before I go on to those cards. What is the symbolic meaning of angel number 44? Let's see. Significance of number 44. A sign that your hard work and diligence have finally paid off. Your positive attitude towards life, helpfulness to others, and the connection you feel with spirit are all factors that lead you to greater opportunities. Okay. This is a happy number. I don't know what that means. Sorry. Is 44 a perfect number? Let's talk about the square. I think I've covered it then. What else? I just want to see if I can find. Tell me the symbolic meaning of angel number 44. It's not answering me. So let's see. Your angels know that you are doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing right now. They're encouraging you to continue to live out your purpose. So very positive in terms of shifting and creating a new reality, stepping into a new reality, and that the portal is open. You got this. Okay. And this one also has to do with you're immortal. So going back into our foundations, into ourselves, connecting with our soul, because this is what, like, the background's a lot of darker colors. So it's the lower chakras, but it's representing groundedness and the foundation of remembering. You are a soul entity in a human flesh suit, having experience, and you can, all the words of the stage, playing a part, and you have a right to finish each ending of each chapter. Let's see what the capper of those other numbers are. So this is 1 and this was 2. Oh, 1 was upside down. This is also very interesting that 1 was upside down. So a brief hiccup. I have a Queen of Fire. It's the first card I picked. Queen of Fire. And this is another card, 4. Oh my God, I've had a 4 already, right? I've had 4 4s, 3 4s, excuse me. So the 4 of Fire, temporarily, isn't it a pretty beautiful card? Very ethereal, very spiritual, very temporarily upside down. It's a temporary hiccup, but we're passing and we're embracing it. Let me just see what the author has to say about Queen of Fire. Water, fire, air. Okay. Let's see. So in the Good Tarot, we relate to the suit of fire, to the way we act, the results of our actions, and where our intentions could lead us if we act in accordance with them. All the things I was just telling you about. Queen of Fire. Creative collaborations, soul connections, passions inspired by spirit, the artist. Again, the age of Aquarius, when the moon is in the 7th house and Jupiter aligns with Mars. Then peace will guide the planets and love will steer the stars, the age of Aquarius. Harmony and understanding, sympathy and trust abounding, no more falsehoods or diverations, golden vivid dreams of living, crystal mystic revelations, and your mind's true liberation, Aquarius. So let's see. I am capable of strong friendships that inspire me and encourage me to express myself in my own way. I co-create with others. I'm dedicated to the vision of achieving highest and good of all. I join the dance of co-creation, letting spirit flow through me and inspire me to express my passions. Right? I was just talking about that. This caps what I was just saying with those other cards. And the 4 of Fire. So it was the Queen. It was the Queen, right? Stately, a goddess, confident, solid, leader, nurturing, but a knowingness, stands for truth, cannot be fooled, will not acquiesce. A woman that is rightness, steadfast, virtuous, noble. 4 of fire, right? And 4 is about a leap of faith and being in the body, honoring your temple. 3 of fire, 4 of fire. Okay, you're gonna like this. You're gonna like this. You're gonna like this. So the Queen of Fire caps these 2 cards, right? Okay, I was talking about that. And now this one about embracing. We had a little bit of a hiccup with, we're going into it. This is a spiritual time, and your spirit, your spirituality, your point of view about how to harness the energy of the universe, it super matters. You are immortal. Well, this 4 of fire was also upside down at first, right? And it absolutely caps that one as well. Very interesting. Okay, hear me out. 4 of fire, a new creative phase, celebration, pleasure and harmony in relationships. Dancers have partners, singers have musicians, helping them create sweet music. And I find others who are in sync with me and my desires. It's a time for celebrating friendship and all that others bring to my life, a time for revelry, relishing the pleasures of being in good company, making magic together with others is the focus of this time. So you have a king that went into his inner self and into a cave of exploration and a portal where he met up with himself and higher entities to bring back wisdom, not only for himself and the way he needed to lead, but shared with his tribe. And you're doing that too with the 4 of fire, right? By collaboration with others, this age of harmony and understanding. The desires that you want, you will forward. And even for myself, I have passion still, I have art still, I have this desire to share these cards and mentoring and my energy work for you and creating things for fun, for abundance, for prosperity, for being known, for writing, for having a voice out there, helping people mentor and uplift them, reminding them of their power. And so to you may want to sew, you may want to sing, you may want to dance. You may want to lead in some way in your community. You may have a way of negotiation to cut through the truth. No, you didn't go to school for politics. No, you don't have some higher education. No, you don't have the dollars that these other people in the past have had. It's not about that. It's about you now coming together inside yourself with your dreams and desires, and you do lead. Or if you do follow, your presence helps ground that community. Your presence helps keep others together. Your presence in the group makes such a contribution that you're uplifted and other people are uplifted by your presence. So this is really great. So altogether too, we've had also 3 4s, which is very interesting. Let's see. Again, 4, 4, 4, and 4. It's a sign you're on the right path or headed in a positive direction with that partner. Trusting inner instincts is the foundation of this number when involved in moving forward in the relationship with yourself, relationship in community, relationship on the planet. My little coyote heart loves you. You are part of the stars, and we are the spark of creation. I hope you found value in this. If you did, please, in some way, won't you forward it to others? Won't you let them know I'm here for mentoring and just being here to inspire you? What I say to you, I often need to hear myself. So thank you for your time. Many blessings, and stay bright, stay light. You got this.